Yo, what is up, wizards and warriors and gizzards that are gorier? Or I don't know, man. Hey, what's up? We're gonna combine Detritus and Scraphook, and I'm gonna tell you that there is an illegal building technique that we're gonna utilize. And also, what's gonna be very cool about this, we got some extra spices. We're gonna be if I can grab them, we're gonna be utilizing these little adapters, 5mm to 5mm adapters that were sent to me by the homie Punchy the dog. What's up, Punchy? And yeah, it's going to make a world of difference. If any of you cook, you know that the addition of one tiny little ingredient, you could be like, that's what the can't talk. That's what the dish was missing. Yo, I'm sipping on some caffeine from this cup that the work homie hooked up. Yeah, she knew I was into Transformers. I mean, she's seen the madness over here, and she got me this cup, dude. Super nice of her, right? But yeah, I'm drinking some coffee right now. Probably shouldn't. But yeah, there's an illegal building technique, and but what did I say? Oh yeah, and the extra spice, the 5mm to 5mm converter. Yes, and yeah, you'll see how that's all done. But as I start taking him apart, just wanted to wish everyone a happy day. Yeah, and a very, very peaceful day. Yeah. I'm still nursing this cut. You know, I'm not going to show you that. I'm still nursing this cut on my thumb. And so while I'm doing these bot bends, I'm just like, it hurts, dude. It was hurting so much that in my dream, it was manifesting in my dream. And that was not fun. That was not fun. All right, look. The foot, you know, let me just move everybody off the screen so that we don't mess up the focus, Daniel-san. We have the Scraphook legs, and we're putting them at this angle so that the tire and the bottom are flush. We're going to do that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these bits, and we're just going to, as Emgo would say, plug it in. I think that's a Glade plugin song. But yeah, not sponsored, by the way. So, okay. We have this plugged in here, right? And it's at an angle. I really wish, you know, the shin guards that, where are those shin guards? Like these bits, I'm real happy for them. That's great and stuff like that. But to be honest, they don't really serve a function, just more of an aesthetic. I really would have preferred that they put up a flip, like they had created a flip up peg right over here that you could push down and bring up. I think that would have been a much better use of plastic, and they could have figured out something to do with that. But just my take. Easy bake oven. McLovin. Just trying to make words rhyme. And yeah, there we go, right? Now we have them on both sides, and we'll address these at the end. And I'm looking for a small piece of paper. I utilize these when there's a loose fit, and while I was doing the dress rehearsal earlier, I did find a loose fit Kimmy Schmidt, and so I'm going to address that as we put him together, Heather. Dude, I love making words rhyme. It's so much fun. I love finding pattern and stuff. And, you know, I actually intend to do a video where okay, this is the loose one. I'm going to do a video where I talk about, I mean, of course, the focus is going to be a build, but I want to talk to you about I'm going to ask you and talk to you about what your mutant powers are. Yeah. I'm very curious. Everybody has a mutant power. Did you know that? You're born with it. It's like a special ability. It's like, imagine that every character, it's like, think of it like a video game, because I work in the gaming industry, so a lot of my metaphors and stuff like that are construed in that particular environment. Think about a video game that for every character that's created, all the characters are equal, but they're not necessarily the same. Each character is born with a different set of characters, and each character has the opportunity to level up their character to whatever job class, whatever role they want, but because their starting stats are different, that kind of determines what you're generally good at and what you need to work on. You guys follow? Yeah. And so those starting stats, that's what I refer to as like mutant ability, the thing that you were born with, the thing that you didn't necessarily have to foster. I mean, of course, when you foster it, it becomes stronger and stronger. But it's that thing that you're born with, you know, and everybody has it. Some people have had it nurtured a little bit more by their environment, their parents and things like that. But everybody has it. Yeah. And one of my mutant abilities is pattern recognition. I'm very good at seeing patterns in a very strange, not strange way necessarily, but uncanny way. Yeah. And it's genetic. My mom has it too, you know, and my youngest brother kind of has it too. This allows us to see not just physical patterns, but like conceptual patterns. But yeah, and pattern recognition is definitely a trait that we as a human race kind of possess. But I have a lot of points indexed in there just from birth. And so it was later on, because pattern recognition, adjacent to it is attention to detail, because that's what allows you to see the pattern. And that's what allows you to see the pattern. And well, maybe this is the video where I just end up talking about it. And by the way, we're working on the illegal building technique right now. Yeah, but pattern recognition, baby. That's one of my skills, and that's what like I had a job in QA, quality assurance, finding bugs and defects and stuff like that, and that's ultimately what allowed me to break into the gaming industry, leaning on my pattern recognition. And if you know what your mutant ability is, it's going to be easier for you to find roles and jobs that rely on that mutant ability. Okay, 1 second. All right, this is where the illegal building technique takes place. You see this window over here? What we're going to do is we're just going to slip that into that space here, push the legs up, and then we are going to tab in these things like that. And after that, you just kind of adjust it, and you can kind of angle it down so it almost sits flush on his back, and like it's not going to come off. Neat, right? Dude, these days I've been developing more and more illegal building techniques. And I don't know if that's due to familiarity with toy, or just willingness to be more expansive, willingness to experiment, I guess. Oh, whoops, fell off. But yeah, but like I'm not just jamming it in there because I don't want to mess up the paint. And so let me do it off camera really quick again. 1 second. All right, I got it again. But yeah, anyway, so this is the legal building technique. I think that's pretty cool, man. And I wish this would have been like configurable like natively, you know. I wish that was one of the kind of like design directions that they gave. They're like, hey, make sure every torso for the Junkion can be used as a backpack, you know. That would have been neat. All right, these plug in here, and if you look, he's going to be Smooth Criminal leaning forward. You guys know that reference. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give him a slight bend on the knee. Give him a slight bend on the knee. So good. It looks so good. The feet, I could probably use a little piece of paper, but that's fine, man. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's for the most part, everyone can become anything as long as you put your grind to it. I mean, there are some things that are certainly even further out of reach than most things. Like, for instance, things that require like height or like physical brawn that you can't necessarily work towards. Like, in no reality am I being an NBA player with my physical traits, you know, because it's just not possible, dude. Nor football, you know. I'm not big, I'm not tall. I'm just pretty average in my opinion. And so, like, no matter how much I try to bulk up, like, I'm just going to lack the natural, like, gifts that some of these, like, football players are born with, the physical gifts that they're born with, you know. And that's just, yeah, like I said, it's just what you're born with. It's just index points, you know. And so some things you're going to be better at doing, others, some you're going to have to grind at. But figuring out what that mutant ability, dude, it's really, really important, at least how I look at it. And not just mutant ability in terms of sorry, let me just kind of finish the story really quick. Not just mutant ability, but the role that you play in that, like in your family, in your social circles and things like that. So one of the things that I'm really good at is I'm a mediator. I'm great at talking to people. and that ultimately led to my roles in management that allowed me to climb the corporate ladder. It's things like this, you know. Like if I think about video games, this is another thing about job classes. Like I often play like damage dealers or like tanks, off tanks. And so being like a manager, assistant manager, while doing like directly contributing towards work and understanding that that is an identity that resonates with me, that also really helped me understand where I fit into corporate America, and just kind of like not just corporate America, but within social circles as a whole. And being able to lean into my strengths really helped me succeed in life. And so I think it's a really cool thing, understanding yourself better, what your job class are, your traits, the points, mutant ability, all of that stuff, and leaning into it, because those things bring me satisfaction as well, you know. And so maybe I'll expound upon that in a video later on, and maybe I'll put some videos up that don't even involve toys, and I'll just put them as unlisted, and for those who want to watch, they can unwatch, they can watch in their own time and stuff. Maybe I'll talk about things like school, about like work, and a variety of other things, huh? Maybe. All right, talk to you soon. Hope you like the build. Illegal building technique and extra accessories. And again, thank you to Punchy's Lab, the homie Punchy the dog, for hooking up those extra bits. And yeah, you can find it on the Shapeways store. You know, I should have mentioned that earlier. You know what? I'll edit the video to reflect that. But yeah, you can find it on the Shapeways store, and there's lots of great things that you can do with that. That little bit. Yeah. We'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye.